Not all best-selling Etsy products are created equal. And if you don't know what to look for to determine which designs you need to put as the first importance of your design process, you might be spending time on designs that's not even getting that seller that many results. So in today's video, I'm sharing with you a free way for you to determine what best-selling products you need to focus on and how to make sure you're lining up these products properly to focus on the ones that have the most sales. I'm sure this all with you coming up next. So welcome back to the video, my friends. You're new here, my name is Jay, and on this channel, I teach you how to make income online by creating and selling your own products. So if you like content like this, then consider subscribing to my channel. If you are new to selling print-on-demand products, one of the main things I use is a print-on-demand provider, and Printify is my #1 place to sell all of my print-on-demand products on Etsy. They have a large category of different print-on-demand products. You can actually connect with Etsy and start selling. They take care of the inventory, the printing, and the shipping out to your customers. Now, Printify was so kind to give my audience a discount code to use their premium version for 30 days absolutely for free. This allows you to get every single product at a major discount, therefore allowing you to keep more money in your pocket and therefore increasing your overall profits. I make sure to leave all the details to the discount code down in my description box below for you to check this out and to see if it is best for your print-on-demand business. So let's jump into my computer and I'll share with you which best-selling products you should focus on and why you need to focus on them to help you get as many sales as possible on Etsy. All right, so the first thing when you come to Etsy, you want to go into the search bar. And what I like to do before I create my products is do product research. And I definitely want to search broad when it comes down to identifying what is working well, especially if I'm not utilizing a tool, right? I'm just trying to use Etsy itself to make the best decisions possible. So for instance, here, I like to search up very broad in regards to a niche like teacher shirt. And from here, I can see #1, that Etsy is already auto-populating some terms for me. These are the most popular terms people are searching up. Teacher shirts, teacher shirt SVG, teacher shirts funny, teacher shirts Christmas. And of course, we know that the holiday is coming around for Christmas, so that's going to be a popular theme as well. For our case today, I just want to search up broad teacher shirt. When we come to a page like this, you're probably automatically looking at this number here, understanding that there's almost 1 million search results coming up. Right, the question might be, how can we even compete with 1 million search results? But the reason why we're searching broad is not to compete with 1 million people, is to identify what are some best-selling products here. And these best-selling products will lead to different sub niches we can create for. Now, what we're going to look at for today's video specifically is understanding what makes a bestseller and how are bestsellers different. Not all bestsellers are the same. Just because they have a bestsellers badge does not necessarily mean you need to target that specifically for your design. Yes, you should target all bestsellers, but how do we line them up accordingly to the most demanding product? And there's a couple of things Etsy gives us for us to better understand which ones to target. So from here, again, we're searching up very broad, teacher shirt. We understand the competition is extremely high. That's okay. But when we identify these little badges here, like bestsellers, they will lead us into micro niches and different design aesthetics we can follow and merge into our own designs. So let's just take this first row, for example. We're going to skip this line here because all of these are ads. But when we go to these non-ad listings, automatically what I see here, we got 4 products in the first row. That's all sweatshirts. So what do we know about the time of the year? Obviously, it's cold, it's winter season, and so we know that people are more inclined to purchase sweatshirts now than any other time in the year. So again, if we understand that the first 4 listings are all showing sweatshirts, that's probably some things I need to identify that I can do in my shop as well. #2, we understand that we can see the design aesthetic in regards to what design is on the shirt. So we see with this sweatshirt, it's kind of mimicking this one here. Again, it has teacher and it has the personalization here right in the middle. So we talked about different type of trending fonts. We know script font is always doing well, but look at the colors here. Not just the color of the text, but the color of the product itself, right? This sand, this beige type color that is doing extremely well on sweatshirts. So we can learn from the listing and identify what is doing well and merge that into our own design. So yes, there's a lot of things I can see automatically here, but this is the process you would do. Identify best-selling products. And again, you want to see what they are doing well. Now notice how we have a lot of best-selling products coming up without even using a tool. The reason for that is we are searching up extremely broad again, and Etsy is going to show us the best selling products that are yielding a ton of sales. And so when you look at this, you might say, wow, look at all these best selling products. Let me target these and just start designing. But I believe that you should design based upon priority, not just based upon the bestsellers badge. Now I'm going to open up some of these listings here, and there's 4 unique areas we can look at to determine what type of designs we need to focus on more as opposed to all best-selling products. Now I have to say this just for clarity reasons. Our goal here is not to copy these listings verbatim, but it is our job to learn from them and reorganize them, redesign them in our own special way. All right, so here's a couple of things that I pulled up that will be great examples for us to understand how bestsellers are different from each other. Now, first of all, what are bestsellers, right? Well, Etsy tells us that a bestseller item is an item that has had high sales volume over the past 6 months. It is very important to understand that it's taking into account the sales data in the past 6 months. That's why you might see some best-selling products that may not be getting sales currently right now, because it's taken into account what has it done in the last 6 months, right? In the first month, it probably did extremely well, but in the 5th month, the sales probably went down. That's why looking at a bestsellers badge is not the only thing you should look at. Is a bestsellers badge good? Obviously, yes, right? It's showing that it is receiving tons of sales in the past 6 months, but we can get some additional things to better understand what is happening right now for me to make a decision on which ones to actually make as a priority. So a bestsellers badge is here. We definitely want to look for that. That's one thing we look at. But the number 2 spot here is that Etsy is now showing us different products that are in demand. Now, Etsy has already been showing us this in the mobile space with their app, but now they're transferring this data over into their desktop version. And so we see that we're going beyond the normal thing we normally would see, right? 20 plus people in the cart. You'll start seeing items that are selling right now with Etsy showing us in demand, and they will actually give us the number of the amount of people who purchased this in the past 24 hours. So this product here is a bestsellers badge. We know it has sales over the past 6 months, and we see currently it is actually yielding sales because we have this demand signal showing that 14 people bought this in the last 24 hours. Now, when we look at just these little 2 things here, the bestsellers badge and the level of demand, and you would say, hey, this is a product I need to create, I need to target. And I would say yes. However, when I look at a product like this too has a bestsellers badge, but the significant difference is this product had 50 people purchase this in the last 24 hours. So again, Etsy is showing us that yes, both of these items are bestsellers, but the one that's actually yielding a lot more sales is this specific item right here. And this is that data that Etsy gives us to help us better understand as a seller what type of products are doing well over the other products that may not be doing as better as their competitors. So I know that if I am prioritizing my listings for the day that I want to recreate, redesign, gain some inspiration from, I probably need to make sure that what's at the top of my chart is the items that are in demand that has the highest conversions in the past 24 hours. Now take this example here as well. This product has received 12 purchases in the last 24 hours. So again, not all bestsellers are made the same. Yes, they are getting sales, but when we see this additional data, obviously Etsy is letting us know the level of demand. So in addition to looking at the bestsellers badge and the level of demand for a product, I like to go a step further and actually see the reviews for this specific listing. Now, Etsy will separate the reviews into 2 categories. They'll show us the specific reviews for this listing, and then they'll share with us the reviews for the entire store. I want to look at the reviews for this specific listing because this is showing me how many people left a review for this product. Now, in my summation to selling online, it takes between 5 to 7 purchases on average, 5 to 7 purchases for one person to leave a review. So we can do the math there and come up with an estimate on how many people have purchased this product. So when we look at this, a bestsellers badge and 12 people bought this in the last 24 hours, I can compare this product with this product here that has similar results. We can see this one is a bestsellers badge and 14 people bought this in the last 24 hours. However, when I scroll down to the reviews, I can see this specific product has received 22 reviews in the lifetime of the listing. And when I go to this specific product, this specific listing has received 176 reviews for the lifetime of the listing. Now, there's two things I want us to be mindful of: the specific review for this individual listing and that phrase I said, for the lifetime of the listing. Now, that's one thing we don't have available for us, is to determine on the Etsy platform how long this listing has been around. However, we can go a step further and look at the reviews and see the earliest date that this product has been reviewed. So number one, I see this product has been reviewed a whole lot more than what this product has. That shows me that this item has been purchased a whole lot more than this specific listing has, because again, it takes between 5 to 7 purchases for someone to leave at least one review. So again, we see just off the back here, this has received a whole lot more sales than what we see with this listing here. But we can go a step further in to determine, well, when was this item released, or get some idea of when this item was released. Now, this is important because this item could very well be trending right now because it probably was released in the last 30 days. And this listing probably been around for a couple years. So we definitely want to identify the earliest review to determine how trending this item is, right? If this item shows us that this earliest review has been in the past 30 days and it has received 22 reviews just in the last 30 days, this is a trending item we definitely want to jump on. But if it does not show us a earliest review in the last 30 days, then this one may not necessarily be the one that's going to be at the top of my list in regards to what I create. We can even go back to this listing and determine the earliest date as well. And obviously, if we can measure up the earliest date with the number of reviews, we can come to a conclusion to better understand which one is actually trending and which one we need to prioritize in our design process. Again, we will design both in our own unique way, not copying, but learn from the listing. But we definitely want to prioritize the highest quality listing that's getting the most conversions and sales for us to list high quality products ourselves and try to follow that same cookie crumb trail of sales. So what Etsy gives us is this little filter here to sort by, and right now it's sorted by the suggested, right? The highest review, the one that was the most helpful for customers. That is what Etsy defaults to. But as an Etsy seller, we want to understand, well, when was this item released? And if I go over to their next option is to list it by most recent, then Etsy is going to categorize the reviews based upon which one was listed earliest and which one was listed latest. And obviously we see that this listing was reviewed last on November 20th, which is actually the date of this video recording. And if I go to this listing here and do most recent, I see this listing was also reviewed on November 20th. Okay, so that may not do us a lot of good in regards to details. However, when I go back to this listing here and scroll all the way down, I can actually go to the earliest review to determine when was this product listed. Because again, if this product was listed in the last 30 days and has already received 22 reviews, then I know this is a trending product I need to focus on. So when I go to the earliest review, it shows me that indeed this product was reviewed on November 9th. That means if this recording is November 20th and the first review for this product is November 9th, it's most likely that this product was listed in the last 30 days. That means it has done a lot of sales in the last 30 days, and Etsy reviews are catching up to the level of conversions and sales that this listing had. So again, this is probably one you need to target because this is actually trending because it's not even 30 days of the release of the first review. This product first review was on July 13th, 2023. What it shows me here is that this product has been around for a long time. This is not to say you shouldn't target this specific product, but when I see a listing like this one here has received 22 reviews and it hasn't even been 30 days on the market yet, 14 people have this in the cart, this is a trending item. Again, I would learn from the listing and redesign both of these products. But again, what I would prioritize is probably the one that just released in the last 30 days that's trending in sales, because I can beat others to the market with similar designs, adding in personalization, adding in a different color here to showcase on my thumbnail image, offering some text on the back of the shirt. There's a whole lot more we can do, and we can be early to the market because we know this item was released in the last 30 days and it is getting a ton of conversions early in the listing. Now, there are some products that are truly heavyweights in regards to getting sales all year round. And we know what those products are because they have a review count within the hundreds, right? We've seen a review count in the 20s and we've seen some early in the hundreds here. But this product is truly an evergreen product that I would encourage anyone to redesign, add in a different text here, add in some variations with the color options. But again, this is an evergreen product and we know it is selling well year round. 50 people bought it in the last 24 hours. But when I look at this product and see the reviews, you will see this specific listing has received 305 reviews in the lifetime of the listing. Again, we can go back and determine how early the first listing was. Obviously, we see if the reviews are high, we know that the sales are higher than what we see with the number of reviews. If I go to the earliest review here, it was in April 2023. I like seeing that because it is in the year of this recording. That means it's not even 365 days old. So I know this is actually doing well in the lifetime of a listing. 50 plus people bought it in the last 24 hours. This is a strong product that I can redesign in a unique way to really be an evergreen product for my shop. And I can learn from the listing and understand that if it is a teacher shirt, then what other professions can I create that can follow this same design trend that can actually be an evergreen product in a new niche that can get me just as many sales as this product has. Remember, the overall goal here is to learn from the listing and identify which specific best-selling products need to be prioritized and how can you integrate those same type of designs in your shop in a unique way without, of course, copying someone's designs, but pulling the value out of the listing and making it visible in a place where this may not be offered. Like for instance, here we can go into the nurse niche, we can go into the dog mom niche, we can go into the sports mom niche, the cheer mom niche. There's so many opportunities for us to create similar style products that we can create in our own shop, targeting a specific person. Like instead of this saying teacher, it could say grandma, and it has the specific grandma name on it. And so there's a lot of opportunities we have here, and infuse that value into other spaces where you can start getting sales as well. Now, the final thing we can do in Etsy to determine what products we need to create is looking at a specific thing, just not the reviews, but the level of favorites. But this video is already getting long, so I'll make sure I leave that video of my fourth point of how to find hidden trending products down below. But as you can see here, there's a ton of data already on Etsy that we can learn from and start integrating those type of value points into our own design. So as you can see, Etsy gives us a ton of data right here in the platform for you to determine what type of products you need to create and sell next. Now, in today's video, I didn't have time to go over how to actually get started selling Etsy print-on-demand products. However, if you want to learn that next step, click this next video here. And if you want to learn more about how to make income online, then consider subscribing to my channel here. As always, my friends, my name is Jay, and I will see you in the next video.